On my way up to Cosby, Ironton, Minnesota, going to the Cuyuna mining area, or what was a mining area. It's now been turned into a state park, and the iron ore mines have actually been turned into lakes and the bike paths, mountain biking paths to be more precise. Going up to something called Klunker Funk. Really don't know exactly what that means. I guess I'll know more once I get there. Cuyuna has 25 miles of mountain bike paths, and 20 miles of that is groomed in the winter for riding fat bikes. And the fat bike is what I'm going to ride today. They've got a bike company called Surly that's part of the supporters of this. They're bringing a bunch of bikes in, so I'm going to try a fat bike today, come hell or high water. I've never ridden one, I want to try one out. Alright, I'm here. It's really strange, this little town has got all these bikes on it. Found out what clunker means. Clunker basically is just a old bike, and you just put wide tires on it so you can ride it on the mountain bike trails. Some of these bikes look really cool.
Ooh, that might come back to home. He's looking like he's staying focused, though. He's not giving up. He's coming in strong, getting all of them through the...
So I'm going to be riding a Surly ECR. This is a very odd bike. I'll have to see what's going on here. I'm going to hit the trail and tell you what it felt like. Sorry about the interruption. I'm in the middle of editing this video and realized that the video I shot where I explained how it was to ride the Surly ECR got all screwed up. I was doing it on my phone, and I was holding the phone and was upside down and at an angle, and I can't I can't fix it. So in other words, I don't know how to fix it. Anyways, the Surly, that bike, for my purposes, I didn't like it very well. It's got the curved handlebar, so you're hanging on like with your arms like this instead of out like a normal mountain bike. I didn't like that. The shifter it's not where it's like on a normal mountain bike where you shift with one lever and then shift down with another lever. So it's got the two. It's almost like an old school shifter. It's just one lever. You just kind of move back and forth to shift. That was not my cup of tea. It was also heavy. I mean, like, I rode it back on some trails, and it was hard to lift over. Going over obstacles and things was hard to do. They make their bikes out of steel. Nothing wrong with steel bike. They're fine. They're strong as hell. You can't turn it very sharp, or very fast, I should say, if you get on like a switchback or a sharp turn. I will say this though, it was super, super smooth. It felt really solid. If you're going on like a camping trip or something, or if you're like a delivery person, or you're just going on a long ride and you have to carry gear on it, that bike would be absolutely perfect for that. It was a really well-made bike. Surly makes very well-made bikes. They're not messing around. These are not cheap bikes. These are very nice bikes. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I do more single track riding. That particular bike is just not made for single track.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it started for the slow roll. Oh, we got some competition here. There's some competition.
One more thing I should mention. I am a beginning mountain bike rider. I am not an expert. I'm not giving any advice, anything like that. I'm just trying to shoot this stuff for YouTube, and I am not real good at that yet either. I had I'm using this Chesty. I don't yet have a GoPro camera. I've got something called a Xiaomi YI. A really good camera, really cool camera, but I mounted it to my chest on this Chesty, like this, like you see here. And I'm thinking, oh, this is cool. I am the only guy with a Chesty and a camera. This is going to be awesome. Well, my lack of experience caught up to me because the camera isn't going to stay like this. I lean over my bike and the camera now is pointing down, and I got about an hour and a half of my legs pumping up and down and no footage of the trail. Well, I just completed the bike ride, and kind of embarrassing. Absolutely wiped out. I only made it 2/3 of the way out, and I had to bail and take the concrete ride the rest of the way. It's astonishing how poor shape I'm in. I mean, it's just, I went to the back of the pack. There was one of the guys who was a volunteer. He was probably, I know he was older than I am. He had to stay, he didn't have to stay with me, but he was nice enough to stay with me and stay behind me and ride with me, but unbelievable. I thought I was in pretty good shape. Oh, I'm in mediocre shape at best. I'm going to have to really ramp up my jogging. I mean, big time. Get more bike riding under my belt. That kind of stuff, though, doesn't discourage me. It actually makes me want to do better. It makes me want to I'm not used to coming in second. I'm used to coming in the front of the pack. When I come in the back, it just motivates me to work harder. Pretty well wiped out, but it was a really great day. A lot of good people here. And remember, grind them until you find them.